You know, growing up as a boy in Gulfport, Mississippi, I had a lot of nice adventures down there. But this one time I worked for this company called Fortich Marine. They were a tugboat company. And I actually lied about my age. I was 17 years old and you were supposed to be 18. I kind of fudged it a little bit. And my cousin had worked for the company, so he kind of vouched for me, and I got this job. My dad didn't want me to take the job. He said it's too dangerous out there. You know, a tugboat doesn't have handrails, you know, so, you know, he was really deathly worried I was going to fall over there and, you know, be gone forever and drown. Reluctantly, he let me take the job. This one time we picked up this oiler barge, you know, from the Gulfport Harbor, and we were going to go out past the Chandelier Islands out there in the Gulf of Mexico. And we were going to sink this barge for an oyster reef. In my mind, I'm thinking that, you know, these guys really should hire some divers to go out there and plant some C4 on the bottom of it, blow the bottom out of it, and watch this barge sink. Well, that just really wasn't the plan. So what they did was they come up with this plan that they would pump seawater into it until it sank. You got to imagine how big this oiler barge is. It's huge. I mean, you know, football fields big, you know. We picked up the barge about 4 in the afternoon, headed out to the Chandelier Islands at a breakneck speed of about 2.5 knots, you know. Finally got out there about 2 or 3 in the morning, and we set up the pumps and started pumping seawater into this thing. And a big old steel cable, you know, about this big around, just snapped, you know, and like a rubber band. And then we realized that these guys didn't turn the tugboat loose from the barge, and it was pulling the tugboat down as well. You know, it's like, oh gosh, these guys are going to get me killed out here. And it wasn't too far from the truth. So after we got that situation taken care of, it started to capsize over on one side. It started to roll over. So we kind of pulled the pumps back up on this side of it. And if you can imagine how big this thing is, I'm going to reiterate how big it was. Now, there was a space about this wide that was sticking out of the water. And I'm on top of it loading the last pump onto the tugboat, right? Well, and there's water and air just coming out of it everywhere. It's really a sight to see. And so when I loaded the last pump, the tugboat kind of drifted away from the barge some. And so I'm standing on there waiting for the tugboat to come back. And as it approached, my cousin worked for the company. I could see the fear in his eyes as he stuck out his hand and said, "Give me your hand," you know. And I reached out and grabbed me. He pulled me on top of that tug. And when I looked around, the whole barge was sunk. It was gone. And it was just like that you realize there's some things in life that maybe you need to reevaluate before you dive into it. I really appreciate you guys watching. Be sure and hit the like button, subscribe button, or the follow button, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks.